नमो बुद्धाय, नमन अशोका। जय भीम साथियों। Tuning on the page of history, check out the speech given by the Dr. Ambedkar. बाबा साहब आम्बेडकर के कुछ स्पीच पर चर्चा करते हैं। आओ दोस्तों।
Constitution adopted on November the 26th, 1949. 25 नवंबर 1949 को संविधान बनकर तैयार हो चुका था। संविधान सभा संविधान बनाने की अपनी जिम्मेदारी पूरी कर चुकी थी।
संविधान कैसा होगा, देश कैसे चलेगा, सरकार कैसे बनेगी, लोकतंत्र कैसा होगा, शासन व्यवस्था कैसी होगी, न्याय व्यवस्था कैसी होगी, कानून कैसा होगा, लोगों को कौन कौन से अधिकार मिलेंगे।
संविधान सभा ने हजारों विषयों पर बहस की, हजारों संशोधन आए, कुछ माने गए, कुछ नहीं माने गए।
इसी दिन यानी 25 नवंबर को डॉक्टर भीमराव अंबेडकर ने संविधान सभा में ऐतिहासिक भाषण दिया। डॉक्टर भीमराव अंबेडकर संविधान बनाने वाली समिति के अध्यक्ष भी थे।
राष्ट्रपति महोदय, सर, मैं ड्राफ्टिंग कमेटी द्वारा निश्चित की हुई संविधान की रूपरेखा को प्रस्तुत करता हूं और निवेदन करता हूं कि इस पर विचार किया जाए।
डॉक्टर अंबेडकर ने संविधान सभा में अपने भाषण में भारत के भविष्य को लेकर कई बातें कही और कुछ आशंकाएं भी जताई। डॉक्टर अंबेडकर के संविधान सभा में अंतिम भाषण की काफी अहमियत आज भी मानी जाती है।
मैं यहाँ पर संविधान की अच्छाइयाँ गिनाने नहीं जाऊंगा, क्योंकि मुझे लगता है कि संविधान कितना भी अच्छा क्यों ना हो, वो अंततः बुरा साबित होगा अगर उसे इस्तेमाल में लाने वाले लोग बुरे होंगे।
डॉक्टर अंबेडकर ने अपने भाषण में राजनीति में भक्ति और नायक पूजा की परंपरा पर गहरी चोट की।
हमें जॉन स्टुअर्ट मिल की उस चेतावनी को ध्यान में रखना चाहिए जो उन्होंने उन लोगों को दी है जिन्हें प्रजातंत्र को बनाए रखने में दिलचस्पी है। मतलब अपनी स्वतंत्रता को एक महानायक के चरणों में भी समर्पित न करें या उस पर विश्वास करके उसे इतनी शक्तियां न दे दें कि वो संस्थाओं को खत्म करने में समर्थ हो जाए।
डॉक्टर अंबेडकर कहते हैं कि देश की महान शख्सियतों के प्रति कृतज्ञ रहने में कुछ भी गलत नहीं है, लेकिन इन महान शख्सियतों के प्रति हम कितना कृतज्ञ रहें, इसकी भी कुछ सीमाएं हैं। इसके लिए डॉक्टर अंबेडकर ने आयरिश देशभक्त डैनियल ओकॉमेल का उदाहरण दिया।
कोई पुरुष अपने सम्मान की कीमत पर कृतज्ञ नहीं हो सकता, कोई महिला अपनी पवित्रता की कीमत पर कृतज्ञ नहीं हो सकती और कोई राष्ट्र अपनी स्वतंत्रता की कीमत पर कृतज्ञ नहीं हो सकता।
डॉक्टर अंबेडकर कहते हैं कि ये सावधानी भारत में किसी और देश के मुकाबले बरतनी ज्यादा जरूरी है, क्योंकि भारत में किसी व्यक्ति की हीरो की तरह पूजा करने में हम दूसरे देशों के मुकाबले कहीं आगे हैं।
धर्म के क्षेत्र में भक्ति आत्मा की मुक्ति का मार्ग हो सकता है, परंतु राजनीति में भक्ति या नायक पूजा पतन और अंततः तानाशाही का सीधा रास्ता है।
ये उनकी बात जो है वो बाद में हमने देखा है भारतीय इतिहास, स्वतंत्र भारत के इतिहास में कि पुनः पुनः साबित हो चुकी है। जैसे कि 1975 में जो इमरजेंसी हमारे देश में आ गई थी, वहां अगर आपको याद होगा तब कहा गया था इंदिरा इज इंडिया। जब व्यक्ति को किसी व्यक्ति की पूजा इतनी बढ़ जाती है कि उसको देश के भी ऊपर उठाया जाता है, तब उस देश में लोकतंत्र का ह्रास होता है और तानाशाही की ओर वो देश चल पड़ता है। ये चेतावनी डॉक्टर बाबा साहेब अम्बेडकर ने जो दी थी उसी ऐतिहासिक भाषण में, इसको हमको सदैव मद्देनजर रखना होगा।
डॉक्टर अंबेडकर अपने भाषण में एक और चेतावनी देते हैं। संविधान सभा में दिए गए अपने अंतिम भाषण में वो कहते हैं,
क्या इतिहास अपने आप को दोहराएगा? ये विचार मुझे चिंता से भर देता है। इस तथ्य के एहसास से ये चिंता और भी गहरी हो जाती है कि जाति और धर्म के रूप में हमारे शत्रुओं के अलावा हमारे देश में अलग अलग विरोधी धाराओं वाले राजनीतिक दल भी होंगे। क्या भारत के लोग भारत देश को अपने पंथों से ऊपर रखेंगे या वो अपने पंथों से देश को ऊपर रखेंगे? मैं नहीं जानता, पर इतना तो निश्चित है कि अगर पार्टियां अपने पंथ को देश से ऊपर रखती हैं, तो हमारी आजादी दूसरी बार खतरे में पड़ जाएगी और शायद हमेशा के लिए वो खो जाएगी।
ये विविधता में हमारी एकता को बनाए रखना यह हमारे देश के लिए सबसे महत्वपूर्ण बात है। अगर कोई पंथ, कोई धर्म अपने आप को देश के ऊपर उठाना चाहेगा, तो उस देश का, हमारे देश का पतन होने में कोई देर नहीं लगेगा। ये उनकी चेतावनी थी।
डॉक्टर अंबेडकर अपने भाषण में एक और अहम चेतावनी देते हैं। वो कहते हैं कि सामाजिक स्तर पर हमारे पास एक समाज है जो असमानता के सिद्धांत पर बना हुआ है, जिसका अर्थ है कि कुछ लोगों के लिए विकास है और कुछ लोगों के लिए क्षरण। आर्थिक दृष्टि से हमारे पास एक ऐसा समाज है जिसमें कुछ लोगों के पास तो धन है, लेकिन कुछ लोग गरीबी में रहने के लिए मजबूर हैं।
26 जनवरी 1950 को हम विरोधाभासों से भरे जीवन में प्रवेश करने जा रहे हैं। राजनीति में हमारे पास समानता होगी, परंतु हमारे सामाजिक और आर्थिक जीवन में असमानता होगी। राजनीति में हम एक आदमी एक वोट और हर वोट का एक ही मूल्य, इस सिद्धांत पर चल रहे होंगे, परंतु हमारे सामाजिक और आर्थिक ढांचे के कारण हम हर आदमी को समान महत्व देने के सिद्धांत को नकारते रहेंगे। विरोधाभासों से भरे इस जीवन को हम कब तक जीते रहेंगे? हम अपने सामाजिक और आर्थिक जीवन में कब तक समानता को नकारते रहेंगे? अगर हम लंबे समय तक उसे नकारते रहे, तो हम अपने राजनीतिक प्रजातंत्र को खतरे में डालकर ही ऐसा कर रहे होंगे। हमें जितना जल्दी संभव हो इस विरोधाभास को दूर करना होगा, वरना जो लोग असमानता से पीड़ित हैं, वे राजनीतिक प्रजातंत्र के उस ढांचे को ध्वस्त कर देंगे जिसे हम संविधान सभा ने इतने मेहनत से खड़ा किया है।
कि हमारे देश में जो राजकीय प्रजातंत्र जिसकी प्रतिष्ठापना तब हो रही थी, वो प्रजातंत्र राजनीतिक रूप तक सीमित नहीं रहना चाहिए और वो राजनीतिक प्रजातंत्र को जितने जल्दी हो सके उतने जल्दी सामाजिक प्रजातंत्र में और आर्थिक प्रजातंत्र में उसको परिवर्तित करना होगा। अगर हम उसे सामाजिक और आर्थिक प्रजातंत्र में परावर्तित नहीं कर पाएंगे, तो हम राजनीतिक डेमोक्रेसी या प्रजातंत्र उसको भी हम कायम नहीं रख पाएंगे।
डॉक्टर अंबेडकर ने 66 साल पहले संविधान सभा के अपने अंतिम भाषण में जो बातें कही थी, उसकी अहमियत आज भी है। जरूरी है कि संविधान निर्माता की कही बातों पर अमल किया जाए।
संविधान कितना भी बुरा क्यों ना हो, वो अंततः अच्छा साबित होगा अगर उसे इस्तेमाल में लाने वाले लोग अच्छे होंगे। इसलिए जनता और उसके राजनीतिक दलों की भूमिका को संदर्भ में लाए बिना संविधान पर कोई भी निर्णय देना या कोई भी टिप्पणी करना मेरे विचार में व्यर्थ हो। धन्यवाद।
Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar, 1946, the speech of Bhimrao Ambedkar in the Constitution Assembly, 1712, 1946, this is the speak 46 by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. In 1946, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Constitutional Assembly speak on December 17. Listen now.
अभी तो बजट टाइट है दुबे जी, मैं कोई दूसरा सीमेंट आपको सोचकर बताता हूँ।
राजीव, कोई दूसरा सीमेंट आगे चलकर कोई
The voice of the Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar.
So far, as the ultimate goal is concerned, I think none of us need have any apprehension. None of us need have any doubt. But my fear, which I must express clearly, is this. Our difficulty, as I said, is not about the ultimate future. Our difficulty is how to make the heterogeneous mass that we have today take a decision in common and march in a cooperative way on that road which is bound to lead us to unity. Our difficulty is not with regard to the ultimate. Our difficulty is with regard to the beginning. Mr. Chairman, therefore, I should have thought that in order to make a start, in order to induce every party, every section in this country, it would be the act of greatest statesmanship for the majority party even to make a concession to the prejudices of people who are not prepared to march together. And it is for that I propose to make this appeal. Let us leave aside slogans. Let us leave aside words which frighten people. Let us even make concession to the prejudices of our opponents. Bring them in so that they may willingly join with us on marching upon that road, which, as I said, if we walk long enough, must necessarily lead us to unity. And if I therefore, from this place, support Dr. Jaikar's amendment, it is because I want all of us to realize that whether we are right or wrong, whether the position that we take is consonance with our legal rights, whether that accords with the statement of May 16th or December 16th, leave all that aside. This is too big a question to be reduced to the position of mere legality. It is not a legal question. I say leave aside all these considerations and make some attempt whereby those who are not prepared to come will come. Let us make it possible for them to come. That is my opinion. In the course of the debate that took place, there were two questions which were raised, which struck me so well that I took the trouble of taking them down on a note paper. The one question was, it was asked, I think, by my friend, the Prime Minister of Bihar, who spoke yesterday in this assembly. He said, how can this resolution prevent the League from coming into the Constituent Assembly? Today, my friend Dr. Shyam Prasad Mukherjee asked another question. Is this resolution inconsistent with the Cabinet Mission's proposal? Now, sir, I think they were very important questions. And they I think, ought to be answered. And answered categorically. I do maintain that this resolution, whether it is intended to bring about the result or not, whether it is the result of cold calculation, or whether it is a mere matter of accident, is bound to have the result of keeping the Muslim League out. And I'll substantiate what I say. Sir, I invite your attention to paragraph 3 in the resolution, which I think is very significant and very important. Paragraph 3 envisages the future constitution of India. I do not know what is the intention of the mover of the resolution, but I take it that it is a sort of, after this resolution is passed, it will act as a sort of a directive to the Constituent Assembly to frame the Constitution in terms of paragraph 3 of the resolution. What does paragraph 3 speak of? Paragraph 3 says that in this country there shall be two different sets of polity. One at the bottom, the autonomous provinces or the states, or such other areas as care to join the United India. These autonomous units will have full powers. They will have also residuary powers. At the top and over the provincial units, there will be a union government having certain subjects for legislation, for execution and for administration. So as I read this part of the resolution, I do not find any reference to the idea of grouping an intermediary structure between the union on the one hand and the provinces on the other. Now, reading this paragraph in the light of the cabinet mission's statement, or reading it even in the light of the resolution passed by the Congress at its Vardha session, I must confess that I am a great deal surprised at the absence of any reference to the idea of the grouping of the provinces. So far as I am personally concerned, I do not like the idea of grouping. I like a strong, united center. Much stronger than the center we had created under the Government of India Act of 1935. But sir, these opinions, these wishes have no bearing on the situation at all. We have traveled a long road. The Congress party, for the reasons best known to itself, consented, if I may use the expression, to the dismantling of a strong center which had grown into this country as a result of 150 years of administration, and which I must say was to me a matter of great admiration and respect. But having given up that position, having said that we do not want a strong center, and having accepted that there must be or should be an intermediate polity, a sub-federation between the union government and the provinces, I like to know why there is no reference in paragraph 3 to the idea of grouping. I quite understand that the Congress party, the Muslim League, and His Majesty's government is not ad idem on the interpretation of that particular idea about grouping. But I always thought, and I will be prepared to stand corrected if it's shown that I am wrong, that at least it was agreed by the Congress party that if the provinces who are to be within the different groups consent to form a union or a sub-federation, the Congress would have no objection to that proposal. I believe I am correct in interpreting the mind of the Congress party. So the question that I ask is this: why did not the mover of this resolution make reference to the idea of having a union of the provinces or a group of provinces on the terms on which he and his party was prepared to accept? Why is the idea of union completely effaced from this resolution? I find no answer.
This was the Dr. Ambedkar and his speech. The original speech of Dr. Ambedkar, what Dr. Ambedkar say in the Constitution Assembly, Dr. Ambedkar Constitution Assembly 1712-1914. So, for the, I think none of need have any appreciated, none of used to note. But my fear, which I must state clearly, is this. Our difficulty is, I said, not. Our difficulty is how to make the heterogeneous, the mass that we have today. And this is the reason in common and a march in the competitive way. On the road which is bound to the lead us, our difficulty is not with the regard to the ultimate. Our difficulty is regard to the beginning. Mr. Chairman, therefore, I should have thought that is in order to make a start, in order to the including every party, every section in this country, it will be an act of the greatest statesmanship for the majority party, even the make of the constitution of the prejudices of the people who are not prepared to march together. And it is for that I propose to make this app. Let us leave aside along us. Let us leave aside word which forgotten the peoples. Let us even make the constitution to the prejudices of our opponent, begin them in so that they may be beginning on with us on marching upon the road which is issue. If we walk long enough, must necessary to leave this. If we walk long enough, must necessary to lead to unity. And it is therefore from the peace support and Mr. Daikar amendment, Mr. Jaikar. It is because I want all to the realize that whether we are right or wrong, whether the position that we take the constitution with the legal right, when they occurred with the statement of the December 16th, leave all the aside. The December 16th, this is to bigger question to the real position merely legally. It is not a legal question. I say aside that the constitution and make some atom whereby those we are who are the prepared to come. Let us make its position by the come. That is my apple. In the course of this debate to take peace, there are two questions which were raised. That struck me so well. I took the trouble of taking there down, not paper. The one question was, it is asked, I think, of my friend to the Prime Minister of Bihar. who spoke yesterday in this assembly. He said, how can this resolution previously legal from the coming into the Constitution Assembly? Today, my friend, Dr. Shyam Prasad Mukherjee, asked another question. Is this resolution in constitution without the cabinet proposal? He asked the question to me. Sir, I think they were very important questions, and they ought to the answers and announce the categorically. I do mention this resolution where it is intended to bring about result or not, whether it is result of cold conclusions, whether it is the mere matter of accident. I bound to have a result of keeping to the Muslim legal. I substance that I said. Sir, I invite you to answer attention to the paragraph 3. It is the resolution which I think of very significant. Very important. Paragraph 3, investigation of the future Constitution of India. I do know what it is the intention of this, the more of the resolution. But I take it is that there is a sword after this resolution is passed. It will act as sword of the desire to the Constitution Assembly. In the frame of the Constitution Assembly to turn the para 3 of the resolutions. What does the paragraph 3 speak of? Paragraph 3 to say that in the country there shall be two different set of policy. There's one at the bottom of the afternoon, the provision or the state, or such other the area to care to the joint to the united India. Their aftermost unit we have full power. They will have also judiciary powers. At the top, over the provisional unit, there will be the union government. Having certain subject for the legislations, for schools and for the administrations. Sir, as I read the part of this, I do not find any reference to the lead of the grouping. It is independently structure between the union of one hand and the provisions on the other. Now reading the para in the light of the cabinet mission statement, or reading even in the light of the resolution passed in the Congress and in the Varda sessions, I must confess that I am great deal surprised. In the absence of any reference to the idea of the grouping of the provisions, so I am personally concerned. I do not like the idea of grouping. I like a strong united center. Much stronger than the center we had created under the Government of Indian Act 1935. But sir, there is option, there is a wish, have no bring of the institution. But sir, opinion, this wish, I have traveled to the long road. The Congress party for the region of the no of itself consented. If I may use the expression to the dismissing the strong center,